All right, guys, welcome back. Lex the Gray here. We'll be doing a very simple one shot using Maze Rats and the one page Mythic that has all the actions and descriptions. It's the D100 Oracle. And just in case, I have some tarot style cards here if we need to use them. I think if I'm really in a bind, I'll refer to these, but these are on the side standby. But basically, our character, again, using Maze Rats for this one shot, his name is Jasper. Here are his stats. Shows the attack bonus +1 first as the path. Armor is totaling at 8. Because this is solo, I give him a little extra kick. I give him 6 health instead of this usual starting 4. His appearance is towering. His physical detail, he's missing teeth. Background is a gambler. Clothing is lacy. Personality is spacey. Mannerism is speechifies. These are all randomly rolled. I gave him 13 gold pieces to start. He has a shield +1, longbow +1, daggers ×2, light armor +1. 6 random items I rolled up was shovel, 3 lockpicks, fishing net, bedroll, glue, rations, 3 rations. So just one character, no, not two. So uh, what we have going on here in this little marketplace, this little town, like I said, keeping it very simple. Our guy is right here, Jasper. He needs to rescue 2 civilians captured right here. These 2 one-sided silver die. These are the hostages. This is the banquet. This is the bandit captain, and we have all these goblins set up, established around the perimeter of this market square. They took over this part of town, the heart of the town, Townsville, we're going to call it, and they're in these random areas I thought would make sense. So they're basically holding these 2 hostage. Perhaps the bandit captain is waiting for someone to make a trade, and the mayor uh, under the table asked us to save the 2 hostages. So while some other um, method is being concocted to make a trade, but we told the mayor, "Don't worry, mayor, we'll run in there and get them out." So let's start. First off, let's figure out what the weather is because that will cause because this is outside, so that will cause a that might cause a uh, burden on our hero. So because it's outside, I'm going to say the chances are 50-50 it's going to rain. So let's get a D100. Is it currently raining outside? 42. It is a weak yes. I'm going to say it's drizzling. So it's daytime, just some light drizzle, scattered rain clouds. It's mild weather. That's really it. So here in Townsville, our guy is just off to the side here in this little alleyway. We have one goblin all the way up here on the northeast corner. We have this goblin right here, kind of off to the right. They don't know that they don't. Neither of these 2 know that they're so close. We have a goblin, 2 goblins here on this little turn in the middle. We have a goblin kind of chilling here. One is near the corner, close to the boss. There's another goblin in front of this market. This clearly it's a vendor booth of sorts. And then we have the right hand man goblin for the bandit captain. And then, like I said, the 2 hostages, the 2 civilians. So let's begin. We make our first move. Um, First, we have to roll because this will be Maze Rats. We're going to roll +1 bonus on willpower to see if Jasper can spot at least this guy further up. He's technically not in sight, but perhaps we can hear the one closer to him. So we have we're going to get our 2d6 because that's what the system is. I'm going to give a difficulty. Oh, you know what? Actually, I've decided to modify the rules here, the house rules. We're not rolling to a difficulty of 10 or higher. We're going to be following World of Dungeons, which is 6 or less is a failure. 7 through 9 is a partial success. 10 through 10, 11 is a standard success. 12 or higher is a critical success. So we have +1. So think of this as perception. So 6, I got lucky there. 7 is going to be the total for this one. So we are able to, Jasper is going to slowly step up. He is against the wall. His hand is on the wall. He has his dagger, or he has his longbow in his grip behind his back. And as he's walking here, he can hear audibly this goblin kind of just humming a tune. He's really bored. This goblin right here is just kind of humming. He's just kind of, he has a spear. He's just kind of standing there, not really doing much. He's just singing a song in his head, whatever his childhood song would be. But that goblin is not really paying attention. So because we rolled a partial success, we have to figure out what the setback is for Jasper. So Jasper now knows that there is a goblin right here next to him, not too far away, about, let's see, 5, 10, 15 feet or so. So let's roll on the table for descriptors. Let's see, let's figure out what is essentially the issue here. So a roll of 65 is going to be on the one-page mythic table. 65 is going to be leave or new. I'm kind of torn between leave. So this goblin right here sees um, this goblin patrolling. So he's about maybe right here. And then this goblin is going to step up because he sees his friend approaching. So maybe they're swapping positions. Maybe they're just patrolling the area. So we don't really know much about what's going on in this little neck of the woods or the market, but we kind of know what's going on here in the viewpoint of Jasper. So I'm taking this guy, going to patrol him. He's going to be at least up to this point, and this guy is starting to walk forward. Jasper's freaking out. Well, not freaking out. He's cautious. He's backing up a bit because he's still in broad daylight with the storm. Let's roll to see if there's anything that Jasper can hide behind, like some crates in the meantime. So that would be a question for the Oracle. Let's do a question for the Oracle. I'm going to say because it's in the market and alleyway, there's a likelihood that there is some crates behind them. So let's roll. Likely 12. That is a very strong likely. So when you roll a yes, exceptional yes, the answer is yes and more, going beyond our expectations. So our guy is able to back up behind here, and let me actually get some crates. I do have some little miniature tokens. Okay, so if you guys can see it, it's right here. There's just a stack of 2 crates just behind him, and he's hiding behind there. So because it was an exceptional yes, we have to figure out what that exceptional yes is all about. So what is the benefit? Let's roll again for the table. We could use a tarot card, but I'm going to use the mythic just a bit more. Oh, we got to re-roll that. 0 that doesn't make sense. 55. Okay, there's a good number. So let's say good mechanical. Okay, so mechanical. Something mechanical doesn't quite add up here, but good, something that benefits Jasper, the goblins. I think the mechanic could be based on the teamwork here, the process, the plan, the path. The path is the mechanic for the bandit clan, the group here of bandits. And this guy is walking up, and these two are going to talk. So it creates a distraction. I think that these two are not exactly on the same level here. They're not the best of friends. Maybe this guy, this goblin, has reiterated to his team, to his other goblins before this whole thing played out, that he would handle this portion of the markets. As you know, they perhaps back at the bandit camp, they had a map and say, okay, I'm going to cover this corner here. You stay in your corner. And so this guy is perhaps maybe a rival or someone jealous because they're trying to impress the bandit captain who's right across the way right here. And they get into a little argument. So this one walks up. They start chatting. They're like, okay, you know what? Let's switch. It's really boring back there. I want to take this part. And then this goblin's like, no way. This is my spot. You go back to yours or keep moving. Patrol, cover the area. This is my spot. So they start getting a little rowdy. And I think that's a mechanic, the good mechanic. So this creates distraction because they start getting into not a real like a scuffle, but a fight, like a shouting match. And so they start yelling, and then this goblin down here, let's roll to see if he notices. I think that's pretty obvious that he will. So let's say very likely he can hear the goblins, his allies, 98. Oh, that's actually exceptional no. Interesting. Okay, so I did not expect that. Exceptional no has to be it's beyond your expectations. So because it's beyond our expectations, it's a serious no. This goblin is completely unaware of what's happening down here. So while these two are chatting, I'm kind of at a blocking point. Let's roll a card. I'm going to shuffle these here. These are just GM branded dice card, deck of many things, I guess. Found this at a local tavern. So, idiot. This works out perfectly. This this goblin calls his friend an idiot because, like I said, they're arguing. And because of that, he pulls his weapon out. And like I said, this goblin up here has no idea what's going on. His maybe he's kicking some rocks. He's just looking at the ground. These obviously, I think this card kind of symbolizes the whole group. Represents these goblins are not too smart. They're not going to be too difficult to deal with, perhaps, as far as I'm assuming. But I think this card really does explain what these two are doing. Now it says here permanently reduce your intelligence, but these cards are for D&D 5e. I'm going to ignore the descriptions and just go off the visual, like a tarot card would. So now, with that happening, they're kind of looking at each other like this. We have a chance to attack here because we know, well, we don't know, but Jasper's assuming there's no one up here. He doesn't see this guy. This guy's still kicking rocks. These guys are stationed. We're not really messing with this zone here yet. But Jasper has a longbow, which is a +1 with our shield on our hands. So longbow gives us a chance to fire an arrow. So Jasper's going to he's going to step out really quick behind these pile of crates and fire an arrow at this guy right here, catching him off guard. So it is considered a sneak attack of sorts. So that'll give us an advantage on the roll. Whoops. And then I'm going to pull these dice away here. So this is not a encounter just yet. This is not combat. This will be just a tack. This is an action roll, a danger roll. What is the chance of our arrow hitting? Can we hit this guy? So I'm going to use dexterity +2. So here we go. Advantage meaning I'm going to choose the top two highest plus the 2. So 6, take away the lesser, plus another 2, so that's 6, 8. That's going to be a partial success. That's a mid-range partial. The arrow strikes, hits the goblin in the arm. The arrow literally goes through his arm, pokes out. He screams, kind of falls back a bit, and then he's like screaming in pain because the arrow slipped right through. But because it's a partial success, this goblin takes notice and unsheaths his. I'm going to say he has a sword, and he starts to run at us. Now we're in an encounter. So I'm going to move our guy here, and we're going to roll for let's see, encounter initiative. So we're gonna grab our usual 4 dice. Okay, I'm gonna keep this one moving. Okay, so here we go. Plus dexterity, so I have a +2 on this bonus roll. Good. We tied at the core roll, but I do have a dexterity bonus, so I go first. Okay, so in combat, I'm going to do this without. I'm not writing anything for the story because it's a one shot. I'm going to assign these guys difficulties. So I will use. I think both of these guys are D6s. So let me give them both D6 dice. I'm going to try a rule change, which I talked about in the previous video, house rules for maze rats, and possibly I'm going to try this for this first encounter. I'm going to tie the armor to the HP. That's it. So this guy is hurt. I'm going to say he's down to 5, which lowers his armor and makes him slightly easier to kill. Okay, so all I'm doing is going to roll to see if I can hit his armor, which, like I said, is strictly a 6. And the difference is damage. I'm sorry. There was another house rule in my video from prior. A hit is a plus. Any hit doesn't matter the difference is a +1, and then consider the weapon bonus, which is I have a +1, so it'll be 2 damage. Same goes for them to me. Normally, maze rats, the difference is the damage, no matter what it is, 3, 4, 5, plus your weapon bonus and attack bonus. So I also have attack bonus of +1. So here we go. Okay, so it's not going to look good for this part. So 4, actually it is. Attack bonus is going to be 5. So no, it doesn't hit. So I miss. Okay, so now they're going to attack. This guy's going to attack. Okay, so I had to get an extra D6. I only had 3 reds. Okay, so here we go. Our armor is the standard 8, starting 8. 6, 7. Oh, that's a 10. Shoot. So he does get me. Okay, so he gets me by 1 damage. So I'm going to get my pencil here and erase it down to 5. Okay. My character screams in pain, probably cuts my arm or something. So now it's our turn. Oh, then the other goblin stands back up. That will be his move, and then he stands and he's ready himself like that. So let's roll for him to see if he can hit us. Okay, not exactly a fair fight, but that's why I changed the rules a bit. That's going to be 7, 8, 9. That is going to be 1 damage to us. So we're already down to the starting value of 4. Okay, now I'm going to toss my fishing net at them to see if that can cause them to get caught and maybe stumble on their next turn. So I have a fishing net. I'm going to throw it at them. We have to do an action roll. This is just a general action roll. I have a dexterity bonus of +2, so let's go ahead and roll this. 7, 8, 9. That's a pristine partial success. So that's a high partial. I'm going to say it gets both of them, but this guy will get out sooner. So this closer one to us is caught in the net, and he won't be able to move in his next turn. He won't be able to attack. But this guy, any damage he does is half damage in the next turn. So now we're going to actually attack. We just used an item. Now we're actually going to attack the guy caught in the net closest to us. So we have attack bonus of +1. I'm using my daggers. So with my daggers, oh, you know what? I made a mistake. I used my longbow last time, but we were melee. We were so close, and now I have to use daggers. So I missed that detail. Dagger is 2 rolls per dagger, and I choose the highest roll result. Okay, so this is attack bonus of 1. So that's going to be, ooh, that's not bad at all. That's 7, 8, plus the one that's 9. So that's going to be the first roll. So I can remember that number, 9. That's the first amount we got. And then that's going to be not 5, 6. That's going to be, yeah, 9 is the highest roll. So 9 damage compared to that is 3. So he takes 3 damage. I'm sorry, he takes 1 hit. So he's down to 5. Okay, next is going to be, he can't move. He's caught in the net, but the next turn he will be able to move. Now it's the guy who will be dealing half damage if he does hit me. So let's get another red die here. Okay, he's going to attack. That's half damage if it hits. So 4, 5, not a problem. He doesn't hit me. Okay, back to us. I'm going to scoot over here, get closer to him with my daggers. We're rolling twice, 1 +1 for both attack bonuses. That's a good hit. That's 6, 7, 8. That does hit. The next one 6, 7, 8. Yep, 7, 8, 9. So that's a higher value. But again, it doesn't really matter because maybe I should consider this rule. I roll twice and I'm above his action his value, so I'm going to do 2 damage total. So last time I didn't hit, so it wouldn't have mattered. So he takes 2 damage for that. So that'll be down to 3. If that makes sense. I do apologize for the slight change there, but that's going to be his new his armor. So yep, because daggers twice takes daggers do. I have 2 daggers, so um, dealing 2 damage per dagger if they rolled higher than which he did to the armor value. Okay, now we're going back to him, so he can move now. The net's gone, so I have to erase the net from my inventory, my backpack. Okay, okay, let's roll for the first goblin, the 3 goblin. Ooh, that's a pretty good roll. So that's gonna be a hit against us. We are falling quick. And that's the gruesomeness of maze rats. That's a hit. All right. Now, this next guy. Oh, that's a solid fail. So he's going to lunge at us, and we knock his weapon out. His weapon bounces off our shield and falls out of his hand. So he is going to be weaponless for a second. So now it's our turn. This guy right here, the fiver. Okay. Let's go ahead and roll. We use our daggers again. So 2 rolls. That's going to be a hit. That's 1 damage for the first one. That's 2 damage total for the next one. So that's 2 damage. He's down to 1 now. I keep trying to kill this guy instead of the other. All right, the other one's going to attack us. Oh no, he can't. He has to get his weapon, so he runs back and picks his weapon up, and that's all he does. So now it's our turn. Okay, so 2 daggers. All right, I'm going to attack the closer one. That's perfect. That's a hit. Of course, it's a hit. I'm going to declare him a death. So he's dead. This goblin's out. Okay. Now it's just this guy. We're going to move closer to him. He now has his dagger, so he's going to attack us. Our armor of 8. And that's a solid hit, 12. Shoot. So that's 2 damage because you times it by 1. Or times it by 2. So now I'm down to 1. I am almost on my deathbed, and that is a problem. So maybe I should start with more health. So let's keep going here. Okay, now it's our turn. I don't have anything really to help here. Let's go for attack. Attack bonus of 5. Yep, that hits. So he takes 1 hit. Oh, that's 2 daggers. I'm sorry. That's the first hit. He takes 1 damage for the first one. 5, 6, 7. He takes the second damage, so that's 2 damage. He's down to 3. Okay. And now we have to figure out a way to heal ourselves because we are almost dead. So we're going to look around for, we're going to do a perception check as our move to see if we can find anything in the area that would help us heal. Are there any items loose on in these vendor stalls here? Let's look. Let's do a will check. This is going to be 8 plus 9. That's a will check. We see it, but while we run, we see. Let's see what we see here. Oh, we see a gem. Perfect. We see a enchanted gem in this area. There's a market stall just underneath this roof here. It's glowing blue. It looks like or it's glowing green. Looks like it's some kind of healing device. So that the Deus Ex Machina thing is going to be heading right there. So we're going to try to move there, right there, and because it's a partial success, a 9. It's a very minor setback. The goblin here is going to shout for backup. So he's going to yell out, we got intruders, or we've got a problem down here. So this goblin is now going to come in here, and he's now in combat. So we'll give him a 6. Let's see, difficulty of 6. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give him a 4. There we go. Okay, so now it's let's see. He's now in combat. This guy made a move. Now it's our turn. I think. No, no, I'm sorry. We already did a move. Okay, so now he's going to uh he can't attack. He'll move closer to us. He's going to get up right here, and he's going to have to strike. If he gets us, we're dead. Or no, I didn't use the item, did I? Okay, you know what? I take that back. I'm going to see if this item can be used to heal. Let's see. Can we use this item to heal? Do we have knowledge? There's some magical gem device that can make us heal. Let's roll. Whoops. Okay, let's roll for it. Four. That's what I'm saying. Plus willpower bonus of +1. So that's 6, 7. That's a really weak success. Partial. So I'm gonna say we're gonna heal D6, but that's it. Okay. Half of that, so 2, because it was a weak success. So my guy's up to 3. He grabbed some kind of gem, picked it up with his hands. It was glowing in this little container, this little what do you call it? A pedestal of sorts. Glowing little green gem, kind of hovering around. There's little prices around it. There's no one around because they all been scared off, and surprising the goblin was missed in the first place. But he grabs it. It heals him. Green aura surrounds his body. He gets rejuvenated, but only by 2 because it was partial success. So now it's this guy's turn. They'll run up and attack us. We are facing him after picking up the gem, and he's going to attack. All right, here we go. This guy's been rolling pretty well. He always rolls a 10. It's crazy. So that's a hit. We're down to 2 now, and it's our turn. Okay, we're going to attack this guy here with our 2 daggers. 3, 4. That's a hit. That's the first one. That's 1 damage. That's 2 damage. Okay, so he's down to 1. He's down to his last life. Okay. Now we're gonna do a let's see. Now it's gonna be this guy's turn. He's fresh in the battle, so he's gonna move. I'm gonna say 20 feet. So 5, 10, 15, 20. He's here. This guy's gonna do a morale check. We'll be following the 6, 7, or 9 rule. And 8. He is still in the battle, but he is afraid. He backs off. So his morale is a little low. All right, now we're going to. He's going to. Our guy's going to attack him with our daggers, like before. Okay. 5. That's just good enough. So he's out. We don't even have to roll twice. So this guy is finally out of the game too. Okay, so now we have this guy, but we're very weak in a moment. Did he drop any loot? Let's see. Let's figure out if he dropped any loot. I'm gonna roll some dice here. I'm gonna say very likely he dropped some dice, or he dropped some loot. Okay, 52. Very likely. Yep, he did. Okay, so let's see what he dropped. What did he drop? 46. Let's see if incomplete. There is a half-used potion and a couple of gold pieces along with a scroll. So the scroll looks like it's torn in half, so it's not usable. So let's say we're gonna give this guy a half potion. So the fishing net I'll put it where the fishing net was. Half potion. Some gold. I will say a D6 gold. 6 gold. Okay, so 6 pieces. So now 19 gold. I do have rations, so I can probably do some healing here. Let's eat some rations. I forgot I had some rations. So we're using our items now. Let's see. Oh, I can't because I've already made a move. Okay, I'll just use the half potions. Whatever I roll for D6 will be half the value. 5. So let's say 3, just rounding up, 2.5. So 3. So I'm back at 5 out of 6. Okay, that's all I can do now. I still have the rations. I totally forgot about those. Okay, so 20 feet, 5, 10, 15, 20. He's going to attack us. He's right up into our face. Let's see if he hits. Nope, that's a miss. Okay, now for our turn, we're going to use our daggers. The first one is going to be a hit. He only has a difficulty of 4. The next piece of daggers is another hit, so he takes 2 damage. Okay, now it's his turn. All right, that's a miss. Okay, 6. We have an armor of 8. We hit with our first dagger, and we hit with our second dagger. He is out. That was a quick slaying. He head chops right off like butter. Okay, so let's get the red dice out of here. All right, now we're gonna go into loot him. Does he have any loot? I'm gonna think the same for the other guy, so very likely. Let's see. He's gonna have 75. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's barely yes, but it's going to be powerful. Oh my gosh. So it's a powerful piece of loot. This will be a scroll. So this guy, this goblin dropped a scroll that we now have. And what we'll do is get maze rats to create the scroll. I'm going to pause the video here in a second. Okay, so got maze rats right here. We're going to go flip to the monster, the magic. Yep. So creating magic in this game is just fantastic. Okay, so we got to do the 2d6 to choose which table here, or which column in a row. 5, 2. So that's going to be a ethereal, element, and form. So these two right here. Okay, for the first part of it, the element, 6, 6, is wind. Okay, so this scroll will be wind. The form of it is going to be another devils. 5, 5. Okay, wind spray. So basically, what wind is already is kind of already is wind spray. I like it. All right, we'll keep the rules close by for future use. All right, so I have wind spray. Interesting. It's more, I'm guessing, just kind of it's more of a minor inconvenience to whoever I summon it at and use it at. Okay, so we have rid of this pesky, because I rolled a very, very weak yes, but it was a powerful descriptor. It's only the scroll. There's nothing else. There's no gold. That's all he had. All right, so now let's shuffle this other side while all this battle was happening. These two guys are, this guy's right here. He moved over, he walked over here because he thought he heard some noise. I'm going to say these two stayed put. This guy is just patrolling. Nothing's really changed as far as the hostages or the bandit captain. Okay, so we're walking up here. We're going to roll a perception check. So 2d6 with our willpower. Okay. 5 plus the 1 is a 6. That's a failure. So we don't see it. We don't hear anything. We don't see anything. We're walking up, and then boom, Three Stooge style, these two guys startle each other, and we're now in another encounter. So I probably should have used an item, but let's roll for initiative. Maybe I will be able to here in a second. I'll give him another low difficulty of 4. Learning my lesson from last time. Okay, here we go. So he goes first, even with our plus, well, we have +2 actually on dexterity. So here, let's line these up. It's a tie. Oh no, I'm sorry, he goes first. 5, 6, 7, and then 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he goes first. Okay, so he's going to attack first. And he lands 1 hit. Okay, 9. So that's only one damage. Okay. Now I'm going to use an item. I'm going to try to heal with our rations. Oh, nice. That's an 11. I haven't got much successes today. So it's a full heal of our health. Let's. I'm going to go back up to 6. Okay. So now we're going to attack him with our daggers. Oh, it's a critical hit. So that's 2 damage against him. With the first, I don't even have to roll twice. That's 2 damage. Or I could roll twice. You know what? Let's try this. I'm gonna roll twice. That's the first dagger. That's 2 damage with critical. You times 2 the damage, and that's 1 to 2. And this one does hit, so that's a second damage. So I'm gonna go with 1. There it is. So he's down to his last leg. He's kneeling on the ground, looking up at the blade, right in at us, trying to coughing out blood. And he's going to attack, but I'd say he's on his last. This is the last ditch effort. He's gonna swipe, and it's no good. So it's our turn. Okay. Oh, I forgot to erase one of our rations here. 2. Okay. All right. So sorry, I had to step away for a second, but we're going to attack. All right. That's a hit, and he's out. Easy hit. Now, did he have any loot? Let's ask the Oracle. Let's see. I'm going to say likely. That's just a general likely. So, what did he have? 61%. Very likely. That is a decent yes. And let's actually ask the. Let's try the tarot card. What item is it? A fool. Uh, it's a spear. I'm going to ignore the full part, but maybe it's some kind of item that creates. It could be a spell card. It could be a scroll, but I do like the spear here. So it's his spear basically. We loot his spear, which is a melee weapon. So I'm gonna put that in my inventory. I'll say it's a +1. Okay. Does he have anything else? I'm gonna say very unlikely. Nope, nothing. Okay. All right. So that's done. We took care of those 4 after some rule shuffling and such. But now he's thinking that everything that most like the bandit captain is on the west side of the market. So he's going to peek over here to see if he spots anyone. If he doesn't, we know this. This patrol guy, after that combat, is probably around here talking to his boss, talking to his the banquet captain. I'm sorry, I keep saying banquet captain, the bandit captain. These two are standing still. The hostages, nothing's changed. But let's see what happens to the weather. Ooh, okay, the rain's picking up. It's getting stronger. So now we're gonna stay underneath the roof. We're sneaking through here. He doesn't see anything. He's gonna cut to this corner here, and then he's gonna peek around the corner. Does he see? Let's do a perception check. Does he see the anything at all? I don't think he does. I'm gonna do a high difficulty. Well, we have to roll against the ratings anyways. 5. He doesn't see anything at all, and it does not go well. So there's a setback. The rain is getting really bad. It's drenching. It's pouring rain. There's a monsoon storm. It's hitting hard, and it's causing visibility issues with him. So he has to think of how to approach this because he can't hear anything, cannot see anything, but he knows, maybe based on some intel provided by the mayor, that the bandit captain most likely is standing near the tavern. I'm gonna say this is the tavern right here. So um, I'm going to say there's actually crates blocking the way. So the setback is there's crates, but he could use them to his advantage. So maybe there's a huge pile of crates right here, like that. So he's going to walk up right here, and now its range is about the same. Let's do another perception roll. Will +1, so that's gonna be the same thing from before. I think 5, 6, nothing. He can't hear anything. The rain there's thunder. It's causing him noise. He can't hear. He's getting drenched, and he's going to walk up to here, and then suddenly he is going to, let's see what happens. Let's draw a card. The Fates. Okay, so here's the problem. He kind of walked in blindly. The Fates, thinking that someone sees him. So this goblin sees a weapon poking out, and our guy is kind of standing now these boxes, and he's looking around, trying to hide behind maybe these barrels. But he saw the weapon for a second. He's going to run up and see Jasper. Jasper gets alerted. He steps back. This goblin is going to try to alert, but let's use our longbow and shoot it right through that guy's mouth before he even speaks. That's to be a quick move. Okay, this would be a dexterity bonus. Shoot, you know what? I'm going to re-roll because that 4-1's been popping up a lot. Let's get a little activity going here. There we go. Even worse, so it's not good. So +2 bonus if we stick with the original 4. I can't break the rules too much. So 5, 6, 7. Well, I guess that is a partial success. So 5. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 5, 6, 7. We fire the arrow. It shoots through. It hits him in the back, but he falls forward onto the ground. He's not dead yet. So that's gonna be a contact, and he'll also have a 4 initiative. These two are alerted. They see their comrade falling back. The bandit captain yells out, "See what that was!" And then now these two jump forward to help check on the goblin. He stands up with an arrow. One of them pulls it out of his back. I think what our guy's gonna do while there's this little thing going on, we're running. We could flee. We could try to circle around. We could try that. I don't want to be near the banquet captain, the bandit captain yet. So I'm gonna try to take these barrels here and topple them over. So let's do a strength check. Can we topple over this pile of crates? We can. That's +2. So that is 11, 12, 13. That is a critical success, which is not often for the show, for my channel here. So basically, let's just use the same crates. So I'll just use these two from earlier. He topples some crates over and he runs back like this and he hides behind the corner. Now, um, I'm going to use some, let's see, some glue. So he has some glue. That's just what he has. He spills it on the floor here. So let me get a dice to mark that. Some kind of glue-ish looking thing. I don't have much that looks like glue, but I'm going to put a piece of dye here. This will be a D4. There's glue right there. Okay, so now he's running to this corner, and he's pulling his arrow out ready to fire. These goblins are looking at the crates. Can they lift it up? Let's see if they can get around the crates, climb over. Let's roll for them. Let's see. Let's roll for them. 6, they're not able to. So the first one can't. The second goblin, he can't either. And none of them can lift the crates up. They're too heavy. We were just able to get enough strength on it. So they're going to run like imbeciles. They're going to run this way. Well, no, I shouldn't say like imbeciles. And then they're going to get. This one tells the captain, whoever that was toppled over crates. We need to go around. The bandit captain is pissed off, and he screams at his goblin. You imbecile! Get him now, whoever it was, shouting. So he gets a little fearful, and then these guys tell their goblin here that there's someone around the back. We need to go check. So I'll follow. So these guys are running like this. This guy's a little behind. Now, while this is happening, we have the glue here, which we kind of set up as a trap, which didn't really matter at this point because they are going around. They see an entrance here through the market, a back door, so they're going to go through here, and we're not. Jasper's not really too aware that perhaps there's some doors here. He's not really thinking of that. So I think Jasper is going to try to run back in the open here because he's more familiar with this area. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put these crates back over here. So what he's going to do is try to find a ladder to climb on top of this building because this building is the big vantage point in the middle of this entire map. So we're going to roll for a will check to see if we can spot any ladders or ways up. And there you go. So with plus one bonus, that's 10. He sees a ladder, not a ladder. He sees a way to climb up this beam and then jump over. So we have to do a strength check to climb up. So he's going to try it, climb on top of the roof. We have a plus two bonus on strength. Ooh, perfect. 10. That's a standard success. He climbs up on the roof and gets to the top. And these bozos are running through the market. They're looking around, uh, and they're kind of looking back at the crate. Now, does one of them get caught in the glue? Let's roll. I'm going to say very likely. Very likely. Whoops. We get knocked off by the dice and go flying to our death. Let me re-roll for that. 61, very likely, is going to be a yes. It's a standard yes. He gets caught. And let's roll a d4 for this trap. It's this guy right here. They see he got caught. This goblin is looking over here. This guy is looking where they are. Let's roll a d4. He gets caught for one turn if we ever get in combat. So he'll be there for 1 minute, I should say. 1 minute. His boot is stuck. He's trying to get off the glue. It's pissing him off. Um, let's see if we can roll. Uh, let's roll to see if Jasper can hear the little struggle going on here. It is raining, so that might cause him trouble. Let's roll. We have a willpower plus one to really hear it. Nothing. Fail. So we cannot hear anything. The rain's getting really treacherous, and we need to be careful. But because we rolled a fail, we slip down and fall onto this roof right here, like that. We get up. Now, did these guys hear the foot? Did they hear something up there? Let's roll. We can do it two ways here. We can roll from their perspective. Let's roll their perspective. An action roll for them as a group. 7. They hear something, but they're not too sure. They heard a noise. It's coming from this way, but they're not really expecting it to be coming from the roof. They think the noise came from the market. So he didn't hear it. He's looking over here. This guy's still stuck. These two run back inside. So we'll pull them out of the map for a second. I'll put them right here once they come out. But basically, this guy is stuck here. So our guy gets up. Let's roll perception to see if he can spot what's going on down here. He's looking at the barrels. Does he see the goblin? 4 with a bonus of 5. He doesn't. He doesn't see this goblin stuck, so he's not really aware of that. But he does know there's glue there. So it's like catching a roach in a trap. So I'm going to say that at first he doesn't see it, but he knows the glue's there. So I'm going to give that to him. He's going to slowly walk towards the edge of the roof here with his bow and arrow kind of drawn, and he sees the goblin, but the goblin sees him, so I will keep that failure in mind. The goblin shouts, he's trying to shout, he's on top of the roof, he's on top of the roof. Now, do any of these other guys hear that? Let's say 50-50, so 50%. None of his allies here. They don't. So this guy's too far. It's too much rain. He's over here by now. These two are back in this alleyway. and they're going to run this way because they think Jasper, they think obviously the enemy is over here. So we're going to shoot an arrow at this guy, okay, to hopefully kill him. He can't move for probably a few more seconds. So let's roll. That is going to be a hit. So that's one damage. Now, does this guy have a long range weapon? I don't think he does. Let's roll. I'm going to say 25% chance because all the goblins so far have had melee or martial weapons. He doesn't. He definitely does not have a long range weapon. So he's stuck. He's trying to move, but then the glue gets loose. He runs off, and he's going to go through underneath the market, and now he's out of the battle. Okay, so the bandit captain's getting impatient. He's looking around right here. Our guy, he knows that there's some big dog over here, some one of the bosses over here. He knows that they were conjugating this area for some reason. So he's going to hop up. Let's do a strength check to see if we can jump up this little platform on the higher part of the roof with our strength. I think athletics would be. I think it's strength. So 5, 6, 7. I have +2 for both dexterity and strength, so I'll consider one or the other. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's a partial success. It's a high partial success. So he stumbles a bit, but he's able to get to the top. And the rain is starting to tamper off a little bit. Let's draw a card to see what the captain's doing. Um, the card's Medusa like. Oh, you know what? I have an idea. So with this, it's like looking at someone. So he gets to the top. He's kind of crawling on the top of the point here. These guys are wondering where the hell is this other guy. So I think that these two are over here. They see each other. It's rainy, but they probably spot each other. This goblin is looking around to tell the captain, and he sees Jasper's like helmet, perhaps, or his head on the top of the of at the top point of this roof. The captain, let's roll. Does the captain see the? Does he see Jasper? I don't think he does, but he does not. Nope. So, well, Jasper's going to look closer over now. Let's see. In the rain, can Jasper see the hostages behind the captain? Well, this goblin is running up towards the captain to warn him that, hey, the guy's right up there. Let's see. I have a +1 on this roll. 5, 6. That is a fail. He does not see the hostages, but he does not see the captain either. That's the setback. So Jasper's sitting up here. He's thinking of what to do because it's too much rain. He's gonna crawl out to the other side. This bandit or this goblin is running up to the captain. These guys are going to um, basically, where's Waldo? The whole situation. They're not too sure what's going on. The glue's gone, so get rid of that. This guy's going to be 4. The captain's going to be a tough one. He's going to be an 8. I'll give him a higher level. Probably as tough as us. So he's an 8. These guys are kind of out of the picture for now. The goblin says, he's up there, points his sword up onto the roof. The bandit captain looks up, and does he see? Let's roll dice. 60% chance the bandit captain sees Jasper. Oh, he doesn't. Jasper was lucky enough to back off. Maybe he heard that maybe he heard the goblin say shout, he's up there. So now Jasper knows. Well, let's do a will check. Does Jasper know? He heard a voice, but was able to articulate what the context was. +1 willpower. Oh yeah, he was 11. He heard he's up there. So he's going to a couple things. We could flee. We could probably try to jump out to another roof, or we can attack. We have advantage. We have height. So and with height, I'm going to give an extra 3d6 roll. So Jasper, the captain, uh, he's he's split here. He can't leave the hostages behind, but he can tell his goblin to leave the to watch them. So he tells this goblin, he say, stay here and keep an eye on these two. And the goblin basically nods his head. So he stays back, keeps an eye on him. The the bandit captain is going to he's walking all fiercely, viciously around here. Jasper is kind of walking here. Now, as the banquet captain's circling around, trying to walk briskly as fast as he can, and he has a huge set of armor on. Now we can see the hostages. And he sees the goblin kind of trying to either keep an eye on Jasper while also struggling to maintain the hostages. The hostages, let's see, are they like they've been there for a while, but it's raining, the rope might be wet. Can they get loose themselves? I'm gonna say 25% chance. Oh, they can. So this hostage right here, his rope is getting loose, and the goblin sees this, so he's like trying to threaten them with the sword. Now I'm going to roll a long. I'm going to fire a bow at this goblin to kill him, while the bandit captain is trying to find a way up the roof. He's looking at the walls. Let's see. Is there a spot, a ladder, or something to climb up? I'm going to say 25% chance. Oh, got to re-roll. Nope, there's not. There's definitely not. So he's continuing to walk around here really quick. He can't run in his armor. So we're gonna fire an arrow, and we have an advantage. Excuse me, we have advantage. I forgot about that last time against the guy who was stuck on the glue. So we're using advantage here. Okay. Oh, that's great. So 6 and 5. That's a definite hit with the arrow. It swings through the air and hits it hits the goblin in the back. Not again, because I think this is a different goblin. I don't recall. Maybe let's be funny for comedic purposes if it was the same goblin. Well, he gets hit in the back nonetheless, and but though it's not a deep flesh wound. He screams, trying to pull the arrow back. He's stumbling around. Now he takes 1 damage. But we are in initiative, so the bandit captain is over here. These two are realizing that they're looking around. They can't find this guy. They don't know he's upstairs. This guy on the roof. This guy is kind of checking the barrels. The bandit captain is looking for another point up to the top of the roof. Is there a access point or something he can climb up? I'm gonna say 50% chance. Nope, not yet. No luck. So the bandit captain is left his post to go see try to find a way on top of the roof here, and that's hilarious. So um, the goblin is gonna try to throw something at us. So maybe he has a dagger. He's gonna try to throw a dagger, but it's a disadvantage. So I'm gonna do the two lowest rolls of 3, basically. So he's gonna try to throw a dagger at us, like so. Okay, so 2-1, that's a fail. He's not able to hit us. Okay, now it's our turn. We're gonna fire another arrow while this or this captured civilian is getting loose. This other one is still stuck, is still captured. We're gonna fire it for advantage. I'm kind of glad I went on top of this roof here. That was a really smart move. Ooh, oh, okay, I thought it was a critical, but it's not. So it's a hit. Another arrow slices him through the face. When it gets his face, he kind of falls back. So now he's down to 2. And he slices off his ear. He screams out in pain. And he yells, "You bastard!" And he's gonna run up here and try to maybe climb up something. So he sees there's a beam or some crates. So he's running over here. We're keeping an eye on him. So let's move him 20 feet. So 5, 10, 15, 20. He's right here. So Jasper sees us and I lost sight of him. So Jasper's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20 here with his bow, and this goblin is right here. So now, whose move is it? It's his attack. So he can attack. So now it's our turn. We're gonna fire another arrow with advantage. Actually, I'm not doing any advantage. It's raining, and we kind of lost sight of him. But now he's behind the corner, so perhaps he just peeked in the view. He's kind of careless right now. So he has 2, and that's a hit. That's 2 damage. I'm sorry, that's 1 damage. The arrow gets the goblin in the leg. He collapses onto the ground with his one knee on the ground with the arrow stuck in him. He took an arrow to the knee, and he's on the ground, gasping, screaming in pain. This hostage let's say it's a couple. It's a royalty. It's a royal couple. It's nobles. They were arrested. They're very not arrested. They were captured. They're very rich, and obviously, man, the captain has a plan. In now, these three, they see the captain running. This guy's over here looking around. The captain yells to his two buffoons, "You idiots! He's on top of the roof. Get him!" And then the goblins freak out. They're going to run, and they see the pole. They see the beam. The captain's obviously probably too heavy to climb it. Let's see if they can climb it. Can they climb the beam? Ooh, they can. Yes, they do. So these two climb up here. The bandit captain sees this other idiot down here. So he's walking towards him. So 5, 10, 15, 20. He's looking around. He's not too worried what's going on. But these two climb up here. The Jasper doesn't know this, but they are behind him. So he's crawling. So we're cutting down his speed to 1. He's going to try to kill or threaten the hostages. So 5, 10. He gets behind the hostage, but the hostage, maybe it's the husband or the wife, whoever. Does he get free? I'm going to say 75%. Ooh, he does. Oh, that's a strong yes. He does. Before the goblin can get behind him, the hostage jumps up and maybe punches the goblin in the face. So let's roll for the hostage here. I like how now the hostages are attacking. Oh, he does actually. Okay, so 6, 7, 8. He punches the goblin back. And that is an attack. So the goblin he punches his teeth out. He falls back, but I'm gonna say he's not dead. This is just more like a push than anything. He's not dead, and so Jasper is gonna try to jump down onto the floor, onto the ground. So we'll roll a strength check to see if we can do this, or dexterity, whichever. They're both the same. +2 bonus. 4. Okay, so 6, 7, 8. He is, though I think he hits a little too hard on the ground and he takes 1 damage. He hits his knee. Maybe he hit his foot onto a crate and he took 1 damage. So Jasper sees that the goblin's on the floor. He's going to strike him. So let's finish him off and get the hostages out of here before these guys, these goons, uh, these goobers get back to where we are. So here we go. Let's do an attack with our dagger. And yeah, he's dead. We cut his throat and he coughs out blood and dies. So that goblin's out. So that's our death toll is 5 goblins. Okay, so these guys, they are running. They're looking around because they don't exactly know. The bandit captain just said he's on top of the roof, you fools. And they're kind of looking around. This guy is also looking around, and bandit captain sees this. He is furious. He's pissed off. He cuts the goblin's head right off. He's like, "You worthless scum! You worthless idiot!" Slices his head clean off, and he's out too. I have to do everything myself, and so he's going. He's looking around to climb up. He's still circling around. So he's right about here for now. Okay, so now we appear up to the hostages. This noble is backed up holding his wife, and then he says, "Don't get any closer. I've I know people. I, I can have you killed." And then Jasper's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa. Uh, but we have to do a will roll for here." So we say, "Whoa, whoa. What's our character speechifies?" So I'm guessing he talks. We have no teeth. So he talks louder and louder. He's like, "Whoa, it's raining too." So he's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa. Relax. I'm here to help. I just took out a bunch of these buffoons. I'm here to help you. I'm here to get you out. The mayor sent me." And they notice he's on a goblin, so but let's roll for I think let's roll for advantage because we're not a goblin and we're not the bandit captain from earlier. So let's roll. Oh, I don't have my blue dice. There they are. Okay, let's roll. Okay, +1 bonus on it, and that is a 12. So that's a critical success with the bonus. So the wife bursts out crying. The husband smiles and says, "Oh, thank you, thank you." They run up, they shake his hand. But Jasper's like, "We have to get out of here. They're coming quick." So, is there a way out this way of the map? Let's roll. I'm gonna say 25% chance because they weren't going anywhere. There's a reason why they're kept in this corner. Maybe there's a wall here. There's not. So we have to go this way. I think there's a way out here. So Jasper's like, he's looking around. He doesn't see a way out. He just sees crates and stuff. So he says, follow me. And then he's thinking, what will be the best way out? He looks left. Does he see a way out over there? Let's roll. Does he see a way out? He doesn't. Okay. But because of that, these goblins are getting close. There's a failed roll. They have the whole tower. The bandit captain, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. He's right here. The other one's dead. And then the hostages are right behind. So he's going to go this way. We'll walk over here. These guys are at the top of now the corners. Now, slight problem here. We do have the hostages, but now does this goblin see the, or do either of us see each other? So let's roll. Let's roll against each other. Whoever sees first. Let's roll. Let's see, where's my blue die at? Oh, still in the cup. Okay, good, good, good. All right. Okay, so who sees who first? 8 to 8. We see each other at the same time. Like literally, the goblins look over the corner and Nani. Basically, they see each other. The hostages. He tells the hostages to stay under, so they hide here. And the goblin shouts, "I found him! He's over! I found him! He's over here!" And this goblin turns around, and I'm gonna fire an arrow at the goblin. Try to get out of here. So we're rolling for longbow 2. That's a attack bonus of 4 to 5. That is a miss. The arrow flies by. It was an action. I'm sorry, dexterity. So 6 is still a miss. Arrow flies by. The goblin sees it, but he does stumble back a bit. But this goblin runs up and can see what's going on. He's peeking over and he sees the hostages. Basically, we just say we got to get out of here because these. I don't think these two have any long range weapons. 25% chance. They don't. So they are at the mercy of the height. They're just eyes right now. So we tell the hostages we got to get out of here. So let's run. So 5, 10, 15, 20. They're right behind, like that. The goblins are going to on the edge, and they say, we gotta get down. So they jump down. The captain, 5, 10, 15, 20. He sees the big stack of boxes. He's gonna try to break through. We're right towards the exit here. Now, is there a way out over here? I'm gonna say 45%. Let's say 50-50. I just don't know. Ooh, there is 45. I just said that. Okay, and we are out. These goblins jumped down. They hurt themselves, but we are out. We successfully saved the two hostages in the most elaborate plan ever, the most goofiest way ever, I think. That was quite silly, but I enjoyed it. I hope you guys did too. But we did save the two hostages. We did not kill the captain. He's right there. He circled around because I'm glad I kind of used the map to my advantage with the roof. And these two guys are probably partially damaged with that jump as they had to climb down. But that is really it for this one shot. Um, Hope you guys enjoyed it. I bought this new bigger map booklet. It has a bunch of different battle maps, but I'm going to try to do more videos like this of one shots using the same character. So it's not a campaign or anything. It's just recycling the same character over and over. But for this, I will level up Jasper for the next video. So we'll see where he ends up next. But as always, thank you for watching my videos, and I'll see you guys next time.